Hello dear teachers, my name is Adam, I'm a father of two, and this week our kids started learning from home. And they already miss their teachers. As you can see, my daughter here alone with her laptop. Because learning from books and screens is not the same as seeing the excitement on your faces when you teach. At the same time, I do think that through technology you could still connect in a way that is already very familiar to our kids, like TikTok or Snapchat. So by making videos like this one, you could sustain that connection that you had weeks ago in the classroom. Because after all, learning is only part about that lesson plans. It's much more about our kids' trust in their teachers, our kids' trust in you. I also happen to be the co-founder of Prezi, and we have a free tool that will help you in these challenging times of social distancing. And in this video, I will show you how to get access to it and how to use it step by step. At Prezi, we have been helping teachers and students to connect and share ideas for about a decade now, with over 100 million users. And also having 3 offices around the globe, one in San Francisco, in Riga, and in Budapest, Hungary, where I'm sitting right now. This really taught me how to be efficient and effective in leading remote teams. So I hope this experience can help you as well. Also, when I started my career, I used to teach architecture for about 5 years. And while, of course, I'm nearly not as experienced as most of you, I do share that passion with you, and I kept it for teaching and learning for my whole life. So, this tool I'm using right now is Prezi Video. These visuals here, I see them live. They are not post-produced in some complicated video editing tool, and I can easily relate to them, point to them, like this example here with the water molecule. Hello kids. It consists of 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen atom, like this little mouse. Right? It's very natural. And this way, I think you can stay connected to your students much better. You bring in your existing content, lesson plans, study guides, and they get together with yourself on screen to engage your students. Eye contact is really key to human connection. So your students can see the excitement on your face when you explain a subject. So in this video, I will first show you how to get access to Prezi Video for free, then how to use it step by step, and finally provide 3 tips on how to make best use of it for remote learning, both as a video tool, but also as a companion app to your remote live meeting conference tools that you might be using to connect to the kids through live video. To get your free account, go to prezi.com/signup/video. And here, add your credentials. When you start the first time, please click Allow Camera, so Prezi Video can see you, down here and then up here. And off we go. I can already see myself, and you can use these buttons here to just check out how it feels to see content next to you and yourself. So let's click on Start Creating down below. First, you have to choose a template. There are some really basic ones. I personally, when I create content for our kids, I actually enjoy using more visual ones, like this jungle here. Hello. Okay, click Next Step. Let me recreate the water molecule example. So I add water molecule here, and I can search here for images, just typing water, that I could use a glass of water. But I can also click on this button and upload my own picture from my lesson. Here it is, next to me. To add more content, I go and click Add Frame up here. And for a second example, let me give some health advice. Please stop touching your face. And here's a small idea. In a classroom, I love when somebody writes on a whiteboard or blackboard. At our company, we use whiteboards all the time. I just love that situation where somebody explains ideas visually, with drawing, with text. And of course, in this remote situation, we don't have that. But I personally love making the same scribbles and drawings on paper and just taking a picture of it and uploading it in Prezi video. So let me add the picture that was actually made by my son that helps his fellow kids in the class understand this problem better than if I just use words. It's for your own good. You have to stop touching your face. So you can add more frames if you like for more content. Let me just add the last one saying thank you and bye. Okay, and when we like what we created, we can press the next step down here, which is about practicing. Before you make a video, it's actually a good idea to try it out once or twice. Most people don't get it right the first time, but after a few, you actually become very efficient at it. You can turn the pages down here or on your keyboard, or use these buttons on the other side to zoom onto the image that you added, which can be very useful with more detailed content. Please make sure you do watch this video. It contains a lot of really useful tips. And just to highlight one that I love, it really matters where you sit in your home. If you do sit with the window behind you, the video will look really poor. So try to sit close to the window, facing the window, or near the window. Sorry for that noise. Now, when we're done what we created, it's time to record. So just press the red record button in the center and 3, 2, 1, here we go. Hello kids, today we're gonna talk about the water molecule consisting of 2 hydrogen atoms bonding to an oxygen atom like a little mouse with the 2 ears. Also, please don't forget, be safe and stop touching your faces. I know it's very hard, so I made this drawing for you so you remember that your little doggy can finally take revenge on you. Thank you and bye. Talk to you soon. When done, you click the stop button. Here you can watch what you have created. Hello kids, today we're gonna talk about the water molecule. If you like, you can crop the beginning and end to make it a bit snappier. And if you're happy, just click Save Video. At this step, I would like to ask you, if possible, to make your video public. By doing that, you actually enable other teachers to build on your content, so they don't have to recreate it from scratch, so they can be seen for their own students. And here we go, it's ready. I can just copy this link, or just copy it from up in the URL, and you can share this. This is already on the internet. Let me just open a new window and show you. This is how your students will see it. And of course, this is a video on the internet. You can share it on your learning management systems like Google Classroom or Schoology, on your YouTube channel if you like, by downloading the video, or in email, whatever system you are using to collaborate with your students, to teach your students. To finish off, let me give you the 3 tips on how to make best use of Prezi video in remote learning. My first tip is about seeing what your students have learned. This is my daughter here explaining our cattle quiz game and recording her own video. And I think we all know that mastering knowledge is about being able to explain it to others. So once you cover the topic, you can really ask your kids, your students, to make their own videos and explaining back to you. It is just as easy for them, if not easier, than it was for you. And it's a fun activity. Kids really enjoy doing this. We can see this all over the planet. Also, I know that a lot of kids have challenges speaking in public in front of their classmates, which is a natural thing. I don't think it's a big problem. Eventually, of course, it's a good skill to learn how to speak in public, but maybe this is not so related to learning about biology or math. So by making videos, they won't have that bad feeling. They can send it and they can see each other learning. It can really become a fun social activity. My second tip is about sharing. It's best if each kid sees lesson from her own teachers, but that doesn't mean that they have to make all thousands and thousands of versions of the same lesson, right? You actually can collaborate with your colleagues by sharing your Prezi video lessons as public and reusable. I show you how. At the stage where you're choosing your templates, you can click on the second tab called Reusable Videos. Here you will have access to all the many videos others have created and published as reusable and public. So let me just search on study, and here's an example, well, quite a few, and I can just watch a video from another teacher.
Hey guys, how's it going? This is a short clip to let you know what you need to be studying for your quiz on Thursday and Friday about European explorers. Let's get started. First thing you need to understand is that there were 4 European nations that were fully invested in the age of exploration.
This is cool. Age of exploration. Let's take that. I can just click on use this content. And what happens is all the images, steps, and texts from Zach Wilson's video will be copied over. And clicking next, I can just play with it, change it, adjust it to my own needs. And then, of course, I can go on and record it from my own students. So my students see it recorded by me and not another teacher. Great. So my final tip, I've heard this quote this week. It's very funny for me. Everybody, please turn off your microphones unless I call your name. Right? We are actually adjusting our social norms to this new situation of remote learning. I know some of you already managed to set up these video conferencing systems, and you see all the kids next to each other watching you, listening to you. So what I have been doing here, you can actually do it live, not just as a video, but as a companion app to the video conferencing applications. You can show these visuals that you have prepared for this video or just for a live event. And then you can respond to questions, you can explain them live. It can be very fun. So to use Prezi Video during a live course, you should get our installed app. We have a Windows and Mac app. And it really should work with the video app you already use. But if you're new to this, there are lots of great free options like WebEx, GoToMeeting, Microsoft Teams, Google Hangouts, and Zoom. They all offer free versions, and you can actually create these virtual live video classrooms, given that your students have good enough internet access, of course. So to finish off, I would like to share that I believe our kids need their teachers and your students need you. And I really hope that our free tool will help you be there for your students. And by sharing what you created, you can empower other teachers as well. So their kids, their students will see their faces, not mine, not your, not other teachers' faces. And this way, the students don't have to learn from pale screens. They can keep learning from you, from their teachers. And we can, at the same time, care for the most vulnerable people in our communities by maintaining social distancing, without losing that human connection that is so important for us all. I am looking forward to doing this together. Thank you so much for your time.